morning, Quirky Birders, and welcome to episode 3 of your daily art challenge. So yesterday we worked on adding a little bit of texture, and we worked on quite a clever trick using the flat-headed brush to add in our little brick details. So we've certainly worked quite well with the colours there. We've got some lovely browns, we've got the battleship grey, we've put in some yellow ochre, and that really is sitting really rather nicely within the picture now. We don't need to do any more with that. The bricks will be absolutely fine when we add in the ink details. So the purpose of today is to add in just some of the painted details. In particular, we're paying particular attention today to the windows of the cafe. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be starting just using my size 5, just my normal round-headed brush. And I'm going to be starting with these windows here at the top, and all we're going to be doing with them is I'm just going to be mixing up a battleship grey colour in the palette. So I'm just going to be using the steely grey colour that we've got in our paint palettes, and I'm going to pop in just a little bit of blue just to give it that sort of petrol-y, steely type colour. So that's quite a nice consistency now. So I'm just going to pop in a bit more water. Can you see how that's running around now? Okay. And then all we're going to do is just using this nice grey wash that we've just prepared, starting at one corner of the window, we're just going to just drag that through the window slightly. Don't worry if that's too dark. What we can do is just go back over it with a drier brush, and that will lift off and take the paint away, like so. Now this same light colour we can use for a little bit of a light wash on the canopy over the bread shop. So again, I'm just going to use that and just take that colour through. The canopy. And then the other place that we need to apply a window type wash to is the little window of the door of the cafe. And again, just underneath. Like so. And then what we can do is we can just have some fun and have a play around with our little blind here. Now what we can do is we can also use our flat headed brush for the design on the little blind. And all you need to do is take up a nice strong colour. So in this case I'm just going to use a purple, and just using the brush just dab in the lines like so. And once you've gone one way, you can then go across. So what you're going to be doing is building up like a little sort of checkered effect. Now a little bit of paint goes a long way because I haven't reloaded my brush at all. So I've put some purple, so we can also add in a little bit of blue. So again, we'll just go down one side, and don't worry if the paint sort of runs along the track of the purple, that's absolutely fine. It just adds to that texture. So just take up a little bit more paint. Oops. Like so. And then we just need to let that dry. Now the other thing that we can work on is just this little bit of wood panelling here. So just taking up my size 5 brush and a little bit of brown, we'll just fill in the wood panelling. And then we'll put some ink details onto that so it shows that it's a little wooden panel. So we need to just make sure that there's no pooling paint. Take that up. And then that lovely warm brown that we've just been using, so that's like the burnt sienna colour. We'll just make sure that our little door is a little bit stronger defined. Just use that same colour. Like so. Now the next thing that we need to do is just be very careful. And what we need to do is just put in some additional shading to our lovely yellow building over here. So again, just picking up the same colour, so it's that gamboge colour. We're just going to do some little bits of glazing, and I mean just little bits, so it's just on odd little ends. So it's anywhere really. Just to show that that's just got some little depth of colour. We'll put in a little bit of detail over the door. Just put some darker lines up here. And you'll be able to see where the shading is already. You'll be able to see where those paints have already provided you with some lovely colours and textures. And it's just about enhancing that really. So just using the glazing process, just over paint. And pay particular attention to sort of the bottom corner. It helps to give it a little bit more weight and plant it, give the illusion that that building is firmly planted in the ground. And then a little bit of shading there as well. And you can see now just what a lovely, charming looking little building it is. So let's put a little bit more over just the canopy. A bit of colour on the window box. touch along by the door. Into the window. And the trick is don't overwork it. I actually really like the lightness that we've got going on around the little shutters here and in the centre of the building, so I'm not going to overwork it. I'm just going to put a little bit more just on this edge here, just where it's a bit darker against the other building. Perfect. And then the next thing that we need to do is we just want to do a very, very similar process to our roof, to our lovely shaped roof of our little cafe. So again, I'm just using my size 6 brush, and again we're just going to be doing a similar process to what we've just done on the little bread shop. So I just want to just have that lovely glazing effect with the paints, because obviously we will be adding in ink details anyway. So we just want some lovely depth of colour and shading, as you would get on a lovely sort of tin roof, or lead roof as it will be. So just spend some time just manipulating that paint and just getting rid of all those brush strokes. You don't really want to see those brush strokes at all. So just push that paint down towards the bottom. Like so. Whoops. Just extend that line a little bit because I just made a mistake. So we'll just let that dry for a little while and we will go over that again. And while that's drying, we're just going to apply a second coat to our canopy of our cafe. So again, I'm just using the same colour that I've used before, so I'm actually using the crimson red. Load the brush up and take the excess, just dab the excess off. And then we'll just paint in the lovely red on the roof of the canopy. It's quite nice to see it darker to one side. So again, just work to just eradicate those brush strokes. Get a nice solid colour. And then finally, we'll just pop back up to the roof and just give that another quick coat just to manipulate that paint a little bit more. I'm just using a wet brush now just to get that paint moving a little bit, just to smooth that out, get rid of those brush strokes. It's better. That's lovely. It's got some lovely colour on that now. Okay, and that's it. That's all we need to do for today. So just to recap, we've gone over our little ochre building and used some lovely, again, the yellow ochre paint, and just to have that glazing effect. We've added in some stronger grey to the roof of our building, and also added in a denser colour of red to our canopy. That, alongside the brickwork, really does make that cafe now really sort of stand out and become the more prominent building, and that also helps with regards to the perspective of the picture. We've done some work with a little flat-headed brush to put in some little blind details. We've filled in our little wood panel, and we've also washed the little windows with a lovely sort of grey and blue type mix. So that's all you need to do for today. I hope you're enjoying it so far. I hope you're liking, or fingers crossed you're liking what's on your paper. Enjoy your painting. If you've got any questions at all, then please do not hesitate to message me. I am around and I'm here to help. Join me tomorrow where we will be putting in the final little details, the intricate details such as the little geraniums, the plant pots, the details within the cafe window, the bread, the wheat. We'll be doing that, and for those of you that have put in the balcony, we'll also be popping in the balcony details too. So join me tomorrow. In the meantime, if you need me, you know where to find me, and enjoy your painting. Goodbye.